Urchin, which arrives in UK cinemas October 3rd, is the filmmaking debut of Harris Dickinson, and it's clear that his time spent on the sets of stylish and artful independent films like Triangle of Sadness, Baby Girl, The Souvenir Part 2 and Scrapper has rubbed off on him, as he crafts a film unafraid to leap with artistic expression and narrative defiance, conveyed with a confidence that is rare for a first-time filmmaker. That said, the film itself is a strange beast, as it mixes social realism with surrealism in a risk that mostly pays off, creating a consistent yet bizarre tone that's certainly unlike much else, though its bleak outlook mixed with art house imagery forms an odd yet fascinating blend. Frank Delane stars as Mike, a homeless man in London who regularly panhandles to indifferent passers-by, but the one who notices is assaulted and robbed by Mike, which he's swiftly arrested and sentenced for, and upon emerging from prison sober and eager to rebuild his life, he finds work in a hotel kitchen, bonds with his new colleagues, and falls for Megan Northam's nomadic bin cleaner Andrea, but his biggest obstacle remains himself, and soon his self-destructive urges spiral him back into addiction and torment. Unsurprisingly, Urchin is far from cheerful, as Dickinson tackles weighty issues like homelessness and fragile social systems, echoing Ken Loach and Mike Leigh but with a more energetic approach, as some scenes resemble documentary realism, while others use sharp camera work to elevate this bleakness with the urgency of action cinema. This immersion in grim reality often hints at stranger turns, and when those turns arrive, things get seriously weird, with abstract imagery like CGI-coated montages reminiscent of Fight Club's opening credits, haunting shots of caves and endless hallways, and recurring motifs like a menacing violinist, all as Dickinson unleashes his artistic flair whilst balancing Marvel with tragic undertones. Anchored by Delane, who excels as the chaotic guide into his character's psychological depths, embodying impulsive, toxic behaviour that destroys him and others. By combining realism and surrealism, Urchin becomes both incomparable and undefinable, battering viewers with misery as Mike cycles from fleeting highs to crushing lows, while surreal visuals force a constant lucid dream state, in ways that vaguely mirror Luca Guadagnino's Queer, which also leaned heavily into abstraction. But although Dickinson's film takes a less indulgent route, it still succumbs to art house pretension, especially in a climactic sequence that abandons narrative form entirely. Ultimately, the three-star Urchin seeks to fuse bleak social commentary with dreamlike constructs, largely succeeding through Dickinson's artistry and conviction. Yet its imbalance and unrelenting misery demand a certain mindset, for without it, patience may wear thin, with the story offering little more than grimness. But even so, Dickinson shows strong promise behind the camera, matching the magnetism he already commands in front of it. Visit the Film Feeder website to read my more detailed review, but for now, thanks for watching, please like and subscribe for more reviews, and I'll see you next time.